Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Before we start today's video, I do want to give you all a little bit of an update of my results for Worlds. Unfortunately, we did not make it through the regionals qualifiers for the World Championship. We ended up going 2-2 with our two losses coming against two very good players. We lost one match against Wacky and we lost one match against Ntox, so I cannot complain. They are really amazing players. Wacky being one of the best players in the whole game. So good luck to them on the top 16 that's happening in December. But not to jump to the actual video for today. So today I'm gonna showcase a Jinx deck that's gonna be showing up that was created by TealRed's. If you guys don't know, TealRed's is a very famous deck builder from the APAC region who's kind of responsible for a lot of the wacky decks that you might have seen over the past 2 years in Legends of Runeterra. And this time around, we're going with a mono Jinx deck that's using the new buff to Spirits Unleashed to just make everything, including your elusives, a lot stronger, and just looks to kind of burn the opponent out that way. So this is going to be mono Jinx with Freljord to give us access to Spirits Unleashed and Entreat so that we can guarantee that we actually get Jinx. And the reason that this is actually pretty genius is because obviously Jinx is so good when she's on the field leveled up, and having the Entreat to guarantee that you can draw her means that you really have a good chance of actually getting at least 1 or 2 rockets off every single game. And just those just one rocket could be the whole difference, because that's like a 1 mana decimate, right? So this is why this region combination makes sense. And obviously the Spirits Unleashed burns the opponent nexus and also makes your elusive and the rest of your units stronger, so that if you're able to go wide, you can just push a lot of damage. And he also keeps your Jinx at 4 health, which puts her away from aftershock and get side of range, making the opponent having to commit 2 cards to actually be able to kill her. So the rest of the deck is pretty straightforward, just kind of P&C package that you play with Jinx. So triple Poro Cannons against for the Demi Poros, the discard to be able to actually level up the Jinx, and the Poros work out really well with the Spirits Unleashed, becoming 2/2 units or 3/3 if you get double the Spirits Unleashed. Double Force Shield for the extra mana, so that you're able to actually have the mana to play that expensive spell, as well as have a lot of your burn. 2 Jury Rig for some discard fodder, because we are playing a lot of cards that require discard, like the Sunny Urchin, which is a really good card for us to actually draw into our burn and allow us to go wide. Baboon gives us the Chompers, allowing the Chompers to allow us to pull blockers away and let our actual units push a lot of damage through. Double Entreat, we talked about it, just get us guarantees that gets us our Jinx. Triple Chompers, kind of another synergy there with the discard fodder and being able to pull blockers away. Triple Mystic Shot and triple Get Excited are there for burn. Again, this deck just burns people down so quickly because of the 1 mana decimate that you get from Jinx. So it's very easy for you to just kind of, I guess, 20-0 people over a course of like 2 to 3 turns because of all the burn that you have. Then we have Triple Rummage to allow us to level up Jinx if we have her in our hand and we have a lot of cards in our hand. Triple Sun Dread, just kind of similar to the Sunny Urchin, gives us unit that can attack, a block, can give us blocker as well if we need it, and as well serves to discard our other cards. Triple Jinx is the heart and soul of this deck. She just finishes games so quickly and allows us to not run out of fuel if you keep her leveled up on the field. Triple Spirits Unleashed to make our unit stronger and burn the opponent's nexus, and then double Augmented Experimenter for the cards where you are kind of running out of fuels and you don't have Jinx or Entreat, so you can do the Experimenter to refill your hand instead. This deck plays really fast, and I actually think this deck is a lot stronger than any Draven Jinx, than Jinx Echo, or than Jinx Lulu, right? So any other variants of Jinx I think is weaker than this one, because this one can guarantee that you almost get Jinx every single game, because you're literally playing like 6 Jinx. The funny thing is that Entreat is never a dead draw either, because if you already have a Jinx on the field and you're playing Entreat, that means that you can get a second Jinx, which becomes and Get Excited, which is just even more burn to the opponent nexus. So it never feels bad to actually have like double Entreat in your hand, because the second Jinx can actually be put to use for something else. So that's another benefit why Entreat is so good in this deck, because you can just burn the opponents down so easily. Aside from that, obviously you're gonna have a very bad time against control, so just keep that in mind, like Feel the Rush, etc. It is what it is. They have Battlefields and stuff like that to kind of stop you, Avalanche. But you should be able to do well against all those pesky Demacia decks running around, because you can just completely overwhelm them with all the elusive damage and the burn that you have. So, hope you enjoyed the games coming up today. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Azir Irelia. Now they are gonna be in a little bit of trouble against our super aggressive hand. So, I mean, this is not bad. If anything, I'm trying to look for Spirits Unleash. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep the Intrigue. You know what? I'm gonna kick the Intrigue. I feel like I don't want to get a second Intrigue, and I don't want to also get a Jinx in my hand. So yeah, we ended up drawing anyways. And that's the Spirits Unleash now. Let's go ahead and just push this damage through if the opponent lets us. I think it's gonna be important for us to push as much damage as possible. So this 2 damage is gonna be important because we want to aggro them down. We want to aggro them down and burn them down, and this allows me to do exactly that. On turn 3, we'll be able to do the Spirits Unleash to kill the Sparring Student and have our guys do even more damage. We could actually play the Force Chief, but the opponent's never gonna attack, right? If we play the Force Chief, okay. Well, now if they attack, we're in trouble anyway. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna let them. Do we take that set? Because we could technically block here and then have the Spirits Unleash, but I think I actually rather have this this Tutor as a potential blocker for later and just take that extra damage. This is gonna be a Spirits Unleash angle. And then we'll just hope that the opponent doesn't have a great way to deal, like doesn't have a deny. If they have a deny, then this becomes really problematic because this is like our big power play, and they had exactly 4 mana for deny. If they summon anything that was 2 cost last turn, I would feel a lot more confident about the Spirits Unleash. But okay, we get the Sparring Student out of the way. That's pretty good. I guess we should just block this because I forgot that this takes that extra health. For some reason, I thought that this was going to be a 2 HP. We got taken out the Doomkeeper. Instead, we're giving the opponent 1 more attack with for the Irelia. We do have the Jinx. Okay, we have the elusive blockers. We can play the Force Chief if the opponent doesn't have something that can go higher than this. I want to be able to enable the Jinx here. Okay, so this still lets me kill the Sparring Student even with the Sand Soldier. I think I'm okay sacrificing everything. Okay, that makes more sense from the opponent. Can we level up Jinx? My concern about leveling up Jinx is that we still like we need to calculate this out, right? So we get an extra mana gem here, taking us to 4. We can play the Intrigue that leaves us at 2 mana, and then we have 5 + 2, which is 7. We can play the Jinx, which is gonna be 3. It's not enough for me to have enough mana for both the Jinx and the Rocket. So I think we're not gonna be able to level up the Jinx. So we should probably... I still think we go ahead and draw her. I still think it's correct to draw the Jinx, just so that we can try to level her up later. If anything, we force the opponent to do the thing right now. We do have a way to level her up next turn, right? Yeah, so there you go. They're gonna go ahead and do their Defiant Dance right now, which is exactly what we're looking for. Cool. We block this here, take just 1 damage. We can attack for 2. I don't think we need to actually put damage on the Azir, so that's why I'm not gonna commit for the Rummage just yet, unless we get something better. But at the very least, again, we're forcing their hand. First Baron is a little bit interesting. Now the problem is that the opponents have to level up Azir. We do have some blockers. Okay, we have a lot of blockers. Okay, so we can play.
You will speak when I allow you.
Alright, so Jinx is 4. The 2 things I wanna. The 2 things. The problem. God, we have 1 too many cards. We have 1 too many cards with the Poros. 1 too many cards with the Poros and the Rummages. Right? Because this is going to be... I play this. We still have 3-5 cards. I play the Poro Cannon. I guess we can play the Poro Cannon in the Rummage. And then do the Rummage on the 2 Dredgers. And that could get us there.
Jinx stands for Jinx. Brr.
The problem here... Okay, perfect, right? So we can do... well, I guess the opponent does get this extra health here. So we can do it this way, right? And get rid of the Domination. Oh, but that's not true because we get the Poros. The Poros is what's killing me. The fact that we're getting these Poros is what's killing me. We're gonna have to go like this then. Yeah, because I can discard both, but I don't think that's gonna be ideal for us. I think I definitely want to be able to have that rummage, right? We're gonna have to kill this one and then just block the soldiers. We're not taking that much damage, I guess, so it's not, you know, impossible. What if we don't block with the elusive? What if we actually block with this one? Because we're gonna have the rocket to kill the domination anyways, but maybe we shouldn't rely on killing the domination that way. Twin. Yeah, okay, so it's a good thing that I kept this elusive then. It's a good thing I kept this elusive. Yeah, these ramages are killing me. These ramages are killing me. So we can play the Sun Dredger as a blocker. Get rid of one rummage. Huh. I hate having to get rid of the Mystic. I think I need to actually Mystic.
Steady your heart. Find your beat.
Yeah, this is so much damage. I'm gonna block with the Jinx. I'm gonna block with the Jinx, but then that means that we're gonna lose the Jinx if the opponent has a way to kill her. So maybe that's not correct. Maybe we actually just block it like this. No, I think I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this, and if the opponent commits a Shapestone, we can still kill it, right? We can Mystic here, and then the Sun Urchin instead of the Rummage. So I like the Sun Urchin instead of the Rummage because it gives me another blocker. Because at this point, what we're looking for is a lot of blockers, right? So at this point, we're looking for a lot of blockers, and kind of also pushing the opponent into an awkward spot, right? They need to. Okay, well, that's not a great blocker because that means that we can't play the Poro Cannon this turn, but we will be able to potentially discard stuff. So this is dealing 4. Opponent goes down to 9. We attack with Jinx and the Daring Poro, and also with the Sun Dredgers, and the opponent has to actually be able to block. We keep the Sun Urchin back, I think, because if the opponent doesn't block with Azir, they're just losing to the next rocket anyways, right? Unless they have another blocker here, I think we keep back the Urchin. So if the opponent doesn't summon any other blocker here, I guess the opponent could technically have a Twin, and that will punish the Jinx. Ha, the Twin does punish the Jinx, actually. So we attack like this, and the opponent has a Twin. We lose the Jinx. What if we play safe? What if we play safe because of that and we just attack with the elusive? I think I need to keep this Jinx alive. We have enough blockers with the Poro Cannons, and opponent doesn't really look like they can kill us here. I guess if they have a second Azir. Oh, but that doesn't even work anymore, and we have to get excited too. So we have lethal here, we get excited plus the rocket. But it does mean that we have to summon at least one Poro before we can actually do it, because we have to do Poro Cannon into the Chumpers, and then play one Poro and then get excited the other Poro. But this gives me a burst speed blocker, which is good. Okay, so yeah, so opponent is looking for it. We go like this. If whatever the opponent plays, we have blockers for everything. I think it was correct not to attack with Jinx once the opponent kept the 2 mana, because we do lose to the Twin since Jinx only had 2 HP. If the opponent commits a spell instead of actually committing like a unit, then we just win with the get excited, right? They need to have a deny. I'm pretty sure they have another Azir. They just run another Azir. But even if it was Irelia, because we have a full board of blockers, I think it still will have been the same. Yeah, this is game then, right? Because now the opponent is forced to have to deny one of these things, which means that they don't have enough mana for the Flawless Duet and also the Blossoming Blade. So if they have deny here or nullify, they can only do one or the other, right? They can only do the Flawless Duet or the Blossoming Blade. They cannot do both. And even if they do both, that still finishes the game. So, boom. Alright, it's that lethal there. GG's. In this match, we're going against Leona Diana. And we're going against Seraphine. Okay, Spiritual Leech is pretty good. Because we have this Spiritual Leech, I'm going to get a little bit more greedy with my hand and look for my elusives, like the Poro Cannon. And also for the Entreat for the Jinx. Or if we naturally draw the Jinx, that would have been amazing too. We don't, so I guess it's fine. You know what? I think the 1 damage is worth it. This is an aggro deck in the end. I think this 1 damage is actually worth it. There's a lot of scenarios where 1 damage might be the difference between us presenting lethal or not. So I'm down to do this. Obviously, the opponent could have Diana here, which is a little bit annoying.
No more hiding.
So we can just pass here because we can kill this with the Spiritual Leech. And then push another 2 damage. And I'm 100% just doing this right away. Double Entreat is a little bit awkward. I think we're always better off just completely playing out our hand first. Especially because we're going to have another Chompers. So we can play Moon and Poro before we even try... Oh, whoa, that's even better now. So we don't even have to commit the Rummage. We can literally just fill up our hand right here. The question is, do we take this damage? I don't know that we do. Maybe we are supposed to. But I also don't want to just get aggro down either by them. So I think I'm cool doing it like this. Pushing 5-7. And at least being able to kill one of these with the Chompers. Maybe we push even more now. Right? So we can go like this. And still have blockers for the other stuff. Push 8. Opponent goes down to 8. Playing Entreat here is a little bit interesting, right? Because we have no way to actually get rid of this Experimenter. At the same time, let's pass first and decide what we want to do. Because we have the burn and the elusives to potentially be able to just win the game. Now the opponent could have the Wending Light here. Or just a stun. So I'm okay with the stun, right? We can play the Baboon. And Mystic. Diana. Alright. I guess we gotta go for the Entreat now then, right? I think I'm cool going for the Entreat now because of the fact that we're gonna have the Experimenter to curve out into. We're gonna just block everything. I guess the opponent could just pass here, but this would be a crazy pass because they have so much attack. Really? We're gonna have to probably play the Yuri Rick here, by the way. Okay, I was a little bit confused about what they were trying to do here. So we have lethal here next turn. Let's count the mana. So 2 plus Jinx is 4. We left with 1. Next time we have 7. Oh, we have no way to actually use the Mystic. That's unfortunate. What if we go like this then? Knowing that we'll have access to the... thing. Knowing that we have access to the rocket to get rid of their 1-drops. So we can play the Jinx to the 1-health unit, sorry, not 1-drops. We can play Experimenter on the Diana, kill the Diana. We get 2 more units in response, and we also get a rocket. Oh, but is it now actually better to do the Poro Cannon instead of the Experimenter? Wait. Wow. I think it is. I think it's actually just... Okay, so Chompers, Mystic is 4. So we go like this. Yeah, that's even better, because that means my elusives are not... Because we just win with the elusive now. We win with the elusive plus the rocket.
Enemies, allies,
We can even go like this.
ever at odds, but never apart.
And now we have 2 elusives that could finish the game. We get there. We even have exactly enough mana to play both elusives. Plus the rocket. I'm gonna start with the rocket first, just so that we kill those units now. And then we got the double daring Poro, and the opponent has to have a way to deal with both Poros. A single battle piece is not enough. Then we need to have like double battle piece, or double unspeakable horror to actually make this worth it. Now they do have a lethal attack next turn, but the problem is that as they start committing with a Leona, it means that we have potential of just triggering the Jinx again and winning the game. We can actually also kill Diana here, right? Nope, that's not enough, because that's going to stun the Sunny Urchin. Need to develop the second one. Opponent could have another Solaris Soldier. And that could be the way that they can stun one of these. But if they're using all their Daybreak units now, then they don't have it for next turn, right? Yeah, so there you go. So they get to stun one of them. But it's not enough to stun both. Oh, he doesn't even stun them. He stun. Okay, yeah, because the Scuttler is actually also a 1-cost unit, just like this one. So it was like a 30. I mean, regardless, opponents are down to 1 mana, and we had 2. But you know, it's fine. I don't think there's anything that they have for 1 mana that could have stopped this. If the Sunhawk stayed alive, they could have actually potentially had Leona spell on the Sunhawk to trigger the double stun. That's why it was important for us to put the Sunhawk at 1 HP and kill it with the Jinx last turn. So, GG's. In this matchup, we went against Quinn Vayne. A little bit problematic because we don't have a... Okay, we get our Spirits Unleashed, which is really good. I was gonna say, we don't have a lot of, like, blockers. We can Spirits Unleash. Do I want to keep the Chompers on the Jury Rig? Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna actually... Maybe I want to raise them down with the Elusives. I was hoping that I could get the Elusives. We could also do Spirits Unleashed once they have their Bane. And then go for the Get Excited. We could have gone the Force Sheath, by the way. Yeah, we could have gone for the Force Sheath and we covered it. Okay. I think I'm okay doing this.
Get to work.
So I'm okay doing this because at the very least it will sacrifice the Valor. And if the opponent goes for the quick attack here, we still have the Spirits Unleashed to kind of take advantage of it. I guess the opponent kind of like a Sharp Sight to save it. Catch right away. Oh, so they're just gonna do Dark Ages on it. Do I want to? We could just do the Mystic. Like we could start like this, just do the Mystic, and that would still give me the 5 mana. Alright, so if we get excited takes them down to enough to kill them. So I guess we have to get excited, but then we still have the mana. So we still have the mana to be able to do the Spirits Unleashed next turn. I definitely think I need to kill this Balor. It's gonna be a problem otherwise. So it sucks spending that much for it, but I think it's worth it. Maybe we don't Spirits Unleashed just yet. And we just go like this. We have the Intrigue now, so we can get the Jinx. I'm down to push 5. The fact that the opponent committed both Catch and Sharp Sight last turn maybe means that they don't have a lot of other units, and they really wanted to keep that 1-drop, that Valor. They probably have Quinn instead, which the Quinn gets punished by the Spirits Unleashed. And there you go. So now they lose the Valor, and the Queen cannot attack because the Queen would just get hit by the Sub Workers. Even if the opponent goes for Dark Ages on it, we can still block it because we have Mystic Shot. And this should be okay for us. what? So we're just gonna push 7 here? So we push 7 here. The opponent dies to the Mystic Shot and the Jinx? Whoa. Problem is that we can't. We're gonna go like this. So we can play Jinx here.
Jinx stands for Jinx.
But we have to have a single combat. And that still means that they lose. We still get to push the 4, right? And they're also gonna lose their Harpy thing here. So we still get to push the 4 from the rocket. And they lose the thing on the Harpy. Because the equipment's gonna get destroyed since Jinx is doing more. And we get a second Jinx anyways. We get another Entreat as well. So we can actually just do the get it sided next turn. So they lose the equipment here. Yeah, the Harpy stays alive, but now they lose the Dark Ages. We lose the Jinx. We're still at 19 HP, and we have 2 more Jinx in our hand. We have the Jinx and the Entreat, which gives us the get excited. We don't have enough mana to play them both next turn. So maybe the play is to actually wait until we have both in our hand, because the opponent has no way to beat the get excited. They're actually gonna take this attack too. So I'm just gonna let the Harpy go. I don't mind blocking. Opponent still cannot attack with the Quinn because we have access to the Scouter. Oh, never mind. We just naturally top deck our last Jinx anyways. Oh boy. So if I had any... Wait, we still won. Like, okay, we got lucky that we do the last Jinx naturally, but we just win by saving the mana and next turn playing Jinx and then Entreat to get excited to actually win the game. And this is the sneaky part about this deck, that you actually just end up with a ton of burn that the opponent cannot do anything about. Especially because the Entreats lets you just get multiple Quins and multiple Jinx back to back to back. So GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna against Stolen Conch playing Jinx Lulu. So it's Jinx versus Jinx. There's 2 different versions of it. As much as I love the Entreat, I'm looking for Spirits Unleashed first. Yeah, I think I still like the idea of going for Spirits Unleashed. We could go for the Portal Cannon here. Is that better than going for the Jury Rig? Than going for the Sunny Urchin? I think so. This is pushing 2 damage. It is going to be a race, so I think I'm okay with like just pushing this damage like this. And just start putting them down and down. Because the more damage that we're pushing, the better it is for us. We might actually just Sunny Urchin the Experimenter, looking for something cheaper. Because I don't know when we'll actually be able to play this Experimenter. Although the Experimenter is so good against their Jinx or their Lulu, that maybe that's not true either. But honestly, with double Jinx in my hand, I think I'm okay doing this. And just pushing all this damage again. Opponent could have Portal Cannon into Chompers. But it doesn't look like they do. I think at this point, again, I'm just trying to push a ton of damage. Let's go heal first. Summoning the Baboon doesn't make sense because I don't have space to actually discard the Chompers. Pseudo? Yeah, so I don't have space to actually discard the Chompers, so it didn't matter. We won't have space to actually level up Jinx next turn. So we can play down the Jinx, but it's not... Okay, we're gonna have this... We're gonna have the Rummage on a future turn. That's not bad. So we have double Jinx. We get the second Experimenter anyways. We can play Jinx and then... We won't have a way to level up Jinx on turn 5 either. Jury Rig?
Come on, Rib.
So I'm okay blocking here. Yeah, I'm okay blocking here because I want to play out the Jinx anyways. So this is okay with me.
Rules are made to be broken, like building.
Because we're just trying to force the opponent to have to block things. Yeah, this is awkward. We have... I guess we could level up the Jinx, right? We can get excited Experimenter. And also have the Rummage. We go like this and push the opponent to block with their 2 health unit. opponent has to block the Jinx.
You like magic?
I guess they have a get excited. What if we actually let this get excited go and just replay the second Jinx? But then the opponent could have their own augmented experimenter. And I think that's going to be a problem. So I think I'm fine. Because the problem is that I'm going to lose the rocket. I'm going to lose this rocket. You know what? Let's take it. If the opponent has another way to... Like, if the opponent has their own augmented experimenter, I have no way to level up Jinx, right? I think I'm gonna still slam her down. Just put the opponent under pressure. They have to have a second get excited, or they have to have their augmented experimenter. And if they have the second get excited, okay, perfect. If they have the second get excited, they were always gonna be able to like get rid of my stuff. Now we're just gonna have to experimenter and hope that we draw the last Jinx, or just draw enough pressure that we can actually kill them with. Or we can just naturally draw her like this.
Off we go! Hold out!
Just a little bit awkward. Because if we play her now, and opponent has their own Jinx, we're gonna take a lot of damage here. So let's say the opponent oh wait, no, if they have their own Jinx, they can't play the rocket anyways, right? So we always go like this.
Stands for Jinx.
Because they cannot play their own rocket, even if they have even if they have their own Jinx. They are gonna have the rocket for next turn, but the augmented experimenter into our own rocket is gonna clear their Jinx, as well as clear their Young Witch, and they lose access to this rocket. So the problem here is that these cards are gonna die anyways, right? To the opponent's rocket, so there's no reason to keep them alive. No reason for us to keep them alive. We get a Chompers in return. Let's hope that we don't get something nice out of this experiment that we want to... Okay, perfect. We even get a Jury Rig. So we go like this. Opponent will have to have another get excited here to kill this Jinx, and doesn't have it. So we kill their Jinx with our rocket, and opponent goes down to 6 HP. We also kill their Elusive Witch. We don't have any more Jinxes to actually take advantage of this. Opponent has to do their own rocket to kill our Scuttle Crab, or our Crab, and they probably have cards that have 1 HP, so they can't do it. So yeah, the early pressure is what changed the whole matchup here, because opponent always was on the back foot. Even to the point we had to force 2 get excited out of them, including one of them that was discarding their Lulu. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Hecarim Zed Ephemerals. Okay, I probably have to keep the get excited to be able to deal with a Zed, to be honest. So as much as I would like to not keep it, I think it's going to be necessary. Okay, we ended up drawing the Mystic. I might have mulligan incorrect in this matchup, because I feel like I do still want that Spirits Unleashed. We ended up getting too much burn. I mean, we do have some draw, so it might be okay. But we might have ended up getting a little bit too much burn. Okay, we have the Jinx now, but it's a little bit unfortunate that we have so much burn.
Does death follow me, or peace?
I wonder if the opponent actually goes for the Zed here. That'd be a little bit crazy, right? Because we play Mystic Shots. Huh. No way to protect him. That's crazy. That's really crazy to me. If they attack here, I'm always willing to actually Mystic Shot the Soul Shepherd as well. So I would have been A-okay with that too. Do they have a way to kill this Jinx? They actually do. They have the ephemeral that could, like, they could have the ephemeral, summoning an ephemeral, but we have enough removal that I don't know if that's gonna matter anyways. We also have a second Jinx, even if they kill this one. Okay, so it's just gonna Battle Feast.
Screaming helps, not at all.
I think I'm good to go like this. I'm pushing 4, or I'm putting the opponent's Soul Shepherd at a 1 HP to then die to a Mystic. Either way, okay. So opponent just lets us push 6 instead. Don't know that I agree with that one. Their ephemerals are gonna be a little bit annoying, but we do have Mystics and get excited. Just a little bit unfortunate that we cannot level up Jinx right here. Yeah, Strike of the Band could be problematic. So I think we do go for... the kill on the Shepherd. I don't want the Strike of the Bands to do that much damage. So I think I agree with just killing this one out. Deny? Okay, so this is an invitation for me to commit this as well then, right? The reason I'm gonna do it this way is because I actually want to have a cheap hand as I can, so that I can play the Force Shift into the Mystic Shot and whatever else I get. The downside to doing it this way is that if we get a card like the Augmented Experimenter, we will not be able to discard it because we just used up all our discard fodders, right? But I definitely don't want to draw, I would say. I'm also okay taking this damage. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, I think I am. Because I feel like I want to keep the Chompers. As long as we can get the Rocket, we'll be able to clear up the board. And if we get the Chompers, we can pull like the Hecarim out of the way. Okay, perfect. So we can go Chief. We can go Sunny Urchin. Ah, okay, so you get to heal up. Okay, but that doesn't really matter, right? I mean, we just go like this so that we don't take the extra 4 damage. I mean, do we have to? So this is gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 4 is gonna be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it.
Anything else? Stick your
I'm gonna pretend that you have nothing else here that could block us. And even if they do, we have the Chompers to pull it out. And we're gonna try to get you so that next turn we can literally just win the game if you let us use another Rocket. Now, the Hecarim is a little bit scary, but the Hecarim is not leveled up yet. So if anything, we can always just chump block it with the Jinx, right? Because Hecarim still needs 1 more Ephemeral. Opponent has only attacked with 4. Opponent's gonna go down to 3, so a second Get Excited finishes the game. So a second Get Excited finishes the game. Second Rocket finishes the game. Opponent will have to have another Dragon Ambush, and I don't know how likely they are to have that. We could have denied the heal, actually. Oh, wait, we had lethal. We had lethal. We can Mystic Shot our own unit and deny the heal. Oh, we actually did have lethal. Because if we Mystic Shot our own unit, right, we denied them the heal so that the Dragon Ambush actually wouldn't have healed them back up. Huh. So that was a slight whoopsie on my part then. Yeah, wow, I just thought about that. We literally had it. We did have it. Huh. Opponent's gonna try to attack with that Dragon Link again. But the moment that they summon it, we just do the Super Mega Death Rocket, and it didn't do anything, we just pass. So they can't summon that because we'll just do the Rocket. And I'm down to just pass because we have 5, 9 damage on the board. So we have 9 damage on the board, so even if we pass, we still have lethal next turn, even if we lose out on this Rocket. But we did have lethal the last turn, right? We got denied the 6 heal by Mystic Shotting our own unit. But then we lose 4 in return. Actually, we would have been 1-up. We would have been 1-up. Because we would have denied 6 health. We would have lost 4 because we had to Mystic Shot our own unit and lose our unit. Oh, that's not true, because we could have just Mystic Shot the Chompers. Right? It's alright. What? Slight misplace. We still have lethal here. We just attack with everything. We even have a Spirits Unleash. This deck doesn't really play Vengeance, so boom. GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Feel the Rush. And this already looks bad to me. Like, how are we ever actually gonna beat Feel the Rush with this deck? Who knows? I'm gonna go Force Sheath, because at least I get to push the free 2 damage here and still get access to my potential dream of Unleash, Spirits Unleash. I don't know if it's actually gonna ever work, but it's something. Oh, but it's actually gonna Quietus. Yeah, I forgot. Now they play Quietus too. This hand doesn't look great anyways, but it's gonna be, this matchup is like impossible, right? Like borderline impossible. Not sure how I'm supposed to approach it. I guess if I went Baboon, that would have been better. Blocking here doesn't do anything, but he also does it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Because we can remove this with the Spirits Unleashed if we ever draw it. So might as well pretend that we have a chance. We can push 6. Opponent only has 3. I guess they could have access to Battle Feast. If it's not a Battle Feast or another Quietus, then we push 6. That's not bad. We lose the Flame Chompers, but 6 damage is 6 damage, and we get an extra mana here. An extra mana here. Oh, never mind. We push 3 damage. We push 3 damage. We need the Spirits Unleashed. Spirits Unleashed adds a lot here. Okay, they finally got their things. Ah, not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. Or even Jinx as well, right? Jinx as well does it. The fact that we're just getting all this burn, I think I'm gonna keep the Augmenter Experimenter. We're gonna go like this right now. And just push what we can. Just push another 4. We can keep the Augmented Experimenter. We're gonna have 0 mana, right? So we're gonna have no mana to actually be able to play the rocket. So it's not even gonna matter. Opponent could easily have the removal for the Jinx here, whether it's a Vengeance or something else. We could also just actually level up the Jinx instead by playing the Fort Chief over the Experimenter and just hope that the Jinx doesn't die this turn. Yeah, they got the Vengeance. I guess at least we get to push 4. At least we get to push 4. Right? So we get to push 4, but now we have no cards in our hand. We get to kill 2 of their units. They keep 2 blockers. We have no more cards in our hand because we have to get rid of the Experiment to level up the Jinx. We have to hope that we top pick another Jinx to get another to get the draws, right? But it goes down to 10. The Daring Portals are 2 damage. We're gonna push 4 damage next turn. Sorry, we're gonna push 6 damage next turn. So actually a second rocket does finish the game, right? Another Jinx will get us there. Unless the opponent has some burn. Unless the opponent has a way to actually stop this here. Like, opponent needs to have another Battle Feast, another Vengeance, and Freeze. They cannot go down to 4. Unless they have the healing, I guess. Okay, they do have the Battle Feast, so that keeps them at 6. And then still close. Oh, never mind. Okay, any semblance of a potential win condition that we had just went obliterated. We burned so much of our burn too last time, right? We have to spend so much. Not last time, but we have to do all those rummages. We spent so much burn. Maybe it was actually correct to just play, instead of the rummages, to actually just play the burn out, right? Discarding the rummage. Okay, well, alright. You're gonna heal. You're gonna heal. That matchup is like impossible for a lot of aggro decks, so GG's. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed today's game. So you kind of see how quick this game can just go online and burn people down. We even made a couple of misplays, right? Like in the Hecarim game, we probably could have gotten a more secure lethal by, you know, Mystic shutting our own unit and then doing the rocket to clear the heal. But I'm still learning this deck as well. There's a lot of lines that you can take to actually get to that spot where you can just win the game, right? So in terms of mulligan, I definitely like the Spirits Unleashed, right? So a lot of times I kind of want to hard mulligan for Spirits Unleashed. I don't like keeping the Intrigue because you don't want to have 2 Intrigue early on, right? So I think you want to hard mulligan everything for the most part, except for the Spirits Unleashed. Unless you think that you can just kind of go super aggro early on. But even if you hard mulligan everything, there's a good chance that you're going to end up getting some one drops. So that's why I don't hate hard mulliganing everything to try to get my spirits unleashed. Because even if I see a lot of like good one drops in my hand, there's a good chance I'm going to get them back anyways. Especially when I hard mulligan my burn, because I don't want to jump my burn into later into the game. So anything that's more expensive than like 1 mana, I'm probably going to kick out if I have the spirits unleashed in my hand. Obviously, Jinx can be kept in certain situations, but we are playing triple intrigue, so you have to be a little bit careful when you want to keep Jinx and when you don't want to keep her. If you know that the opponent has removal, then it's probably not correct to keep her in your hand, and it's probably better to try to draw her later on. But that will be it for my mulligan advice. If you like today's video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we stream every now and then. I know I've been away for like a month from Twitch, but we will be back soon, I promise, sometime this week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.